What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bolsley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28. That's the one and the only. It is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, happy recap day for Gamescom Opening Night Live. Dude, we got a loaded show.
A bit of a world premiere.
There it is. Man, okay, first, let's get this out of the way. World premiere was used
We better address that
loosely yesterday. It was ridiculous. Like games we already knew about, just not really seen gameplay or another trailer. World premiere. Oh, come on, man. Like Jeff needed to tighten that up just a little bit. I was kind of it just became a running gag, dude. Like it was bad.
It was funny the last few times this has happened during like several large events. World premiere, and everybody at the site is cheering. Now they're a little bit aware of the meme that is world premiere, but I feel like they kind of beat that meme to death.
Absolutely, it was brutal, but it is what it is. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get going. People can join us live over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later inside the game.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, it's a recap. That's today's show. There's so much to talk about from yesterday. Take note, this is a half-hour show, and last night's reveals were 2 hours long, so let's get going.
There's a lot of things to touch on here. We won't be able to go into details about them all, though. There's too many.
Yeah, we're just gonna list as many as we can and try to get through it everywhere.
Quite a good problem to have, actually, now that I think about it.
Dude, they started off with everywhere. This, I'm telling you, dude, I'm calling it right now, but because it is such a touchy subject in the gaming ecosphere, they didn't mention Web3 to this game at all. They didn't mention the metaverse, but I guarantee you that's exactly what this game is all about. Because it's all about building your own world and doing this and doing that, being creative. I'm like, dude, this has got metaverse, Web3 development written all over it.
Now, is it going to feature metaverse features and functionality, or is it just about the metaverse? Do you think it's just kind of like an introductory tutorial, but unconnected? I'm very confused as to what this is going to hold. And I'm very confused. You could tell me that Web3 is part of it, and I'm not certain I understand what that even means.
Oh, that's fair. But they had so many different art styles and things connected to it. Dude, like this game was all over the place. Like, everywhere. I went and checked out the website. Dude, there's nothing on the website. Like there is nothing right now. Nothing at all. I'm like, this is really early, but this is all, I'm telling you right now, this is Web3 connected. It is metaverse infused, and it is all going to be there. So yeah, definitely curious. But from there, dude, Dune Awakening, survival MMO open world. That looked incredible.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see anything Dune.
No.
Like, ever, really. It surprised me when there was that Dune strategy game, and I thought, okay, this is an interesting world to crack into.
Wars, something like that it was called.
Spice Wars, yeah.
Yeah, we checked that out. It was pretty cool. But this open world survival, Scott, MMO, you in or what?
I have to check that out. I'm very curious. Now, MMOs normally scare me away, but I'm really into the whole world, the surrounding lore, and what's going on with Dune.
Yep.
And it was a science fiction of its time, and that time is very, very narrow. So I want to check it out and learn more of what I can.
Yep,
I saw the sand, and I thought, is that a giant sandworm?
Sure enough.
And it turned out it is indeed a giant sandworm.
Yeah, it was very cool. PlayStation came after that with the Pro controller, a dual sense edge, they call it. It's got all of the pro-like elements of the Elite controller from Xbox. You're able to swap out all your analog sticks and then tune down all your triggers and stuff. Dude, I want this. That's as simple as that. I'm in.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, this is another, it's just a spectacle dangled in front of me. I do not have an Elite controller. I don't even have a PlayStation, so there's a priority list here, things I need to rectify here. But
a few things, for sure.
Just seeing that technology in something like a controller, you use it every single time you play the games.
Yeah.
So it seems like the next logical step.
Dude, I'm in. Very little details as to release date and how much. That's the biggest question.
Pricing is what.
Yep.
The biggest question I had.
Huge question, right? Then one of your games coming out on December 2nd, Callisto Protocol, Scott.
Oh, yes. Now, I'm at the point now where I want to see less of this game. Because it's so close. I think I can make it without seeing anything further. And the more they show the danger they run into, what if they show off too much? What if there's something I don't like?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Then a sequel to the Lords of the Fallen was out now. Is coming on the way. World premiere, Scott. This kind of kicked off everything,
Oh,
more
that
or
one
less.
looks so good. I
It, dude, it
can't
was
wait
awesome.
for the wave. What Elden Ring has done for third person action RPG is
Yeah,
like Halo. Like it just blows the door open, and now it's set the season.
for sure, for sure. Game my wife and I played and really enjoyed was Moving Out 2, coming in 2023. That game is fun. It's quirky. It's fun.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked cute.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, one we have huge anticipations for on February 10th, 2023 is Hogwarts Legacy. Dude, the dark arts are involved. This is a much darker game than I think that a lot of us anticipated.
Yeah, no, my first thought was there's zombies in this universe. That's
Uh,
something I hadn't seen before. I don't recall those in the book, but that's okay. It does not have to follow the letter of the book.
no, absolutely does not. So that's cool to see. From there, we got into. Did I do that right? I did it right. Yep. October 21st. Tales from the Borderland, new Tales from the Borderlands. Curious to see, yeah, curious to see how that one goes. Will it live up to the hype and how good the first one was? So I'm really anxious to kind of get in on this. Fran seems like a bit of a character that might be over the top and annoy the crap out of me. I'm just calling it.
Well, there has to be a claptrap through each of the experiences. And, oh man.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Dying Light 2 DLC, Bloody Ties, October 13th. Scott, looks like an arena mode.
Yeah, I'm not certain what to make of that because Dying Light 2 is already known for being just an absolutely massive game. I wasn't expecting to see DLC come along for it, especially not this soon.
No, absolutely not. It's it was dude, they boosted about how many hours are in the game itself. 500 hours you can play with Dying Light 2, right? So now DLC coming around the corner rather quickly, I think is one of those things. An interesting pirate game, Tortuga, coming to mobile and console. Dude, what they showed absolutely looked like it was mobile. I called it. I'm like, this is a mobile game. And then, it came up, but it's also coming to console. I'm like, well, that part kind of surprised me. I'm wondering what aspect they showed of the game, right? That makes me a little nervous.
Oh, these kind of mobile split releases are interesting to me because I think the only one that's been done with before is Diablo in recent time.
Well, Genshin Impact is another big one, right?
Is that mobile now, actually?
Yeah. It actually started on mobile, I believe, and then came to console. Like that is huge. There's a lot coming in that vein now too, as well. Black Desert comes to mind, and I think there's Blessed Unleash is another one, or Bless Unleashed. It's been a while since I played that game. So there's a lot of now kind of going with this cross mode. Dying Light 2, Dead by Daylight is another one that's actually transitioning into mobile. Major.
That sounds like it'll be a little difficult to work out the kinks on that.
We'll see how that goes, but there's a lot of transition now between capitalizing on the mobile market while you're still involved in the console side of things. A lot of people, Scott, they see the dollars, dude. They see the dollar signs over there in the mobile industry, going, "Yo, we want a piece of that pie." So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. And then one I think you're interested in is Marauders, coming in early access in October, Scott.
Yeah, now I'm having a hard time recalling that one, but there was a large mess of kind of fantasy, third-person kind of RPG. And they basically all piqued my interest at some point. I thought,
there was a lot
specifically the anime ones.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I think Marauders is pretty cool. Coming out of Team 17, which is kind of nice to see them get into something that's not so cute. But they've got such a vast library now. It's awesome. Yeah, it's very cool. Destiny's back with Lightfall. Dude, they had a whole half-hour showcase. I got to get caught up on that one. Things are just a little busy, so that's on my to-do list today. But
Destiny 2
Lightfall
still supported, still being dropped expansions.
Still going strong. We know right now that Bungie is actually working on a new IP as well, right?
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how that one works out because I want them to strip a lot of what doesn't work in Destiny away. But then again, Destiny is very good. It does work. It's just not exactly my flavor anymore.
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. There's a lot of people still live and breathe in this world, right, for Destiny, and it's always kind of not going anywhere.
I would trust our Nathan to fill me in on this one, but I believe he's quit Destiny now for good. And that's basically over their their unfortunate habit of reshuffling everything that happens. As soon as a new expansion comes out, everything in the game kind of gets reset to calibrate for this new power level.
Sure.
And I think that leaves a lot of people in the dust. I've seen a reaction on Twitter that they have outwardly said they're no longer removing expansions.
Which is
and
nice.
The question that comes to mind is, well, why would you ever remove them?
Well, that's the biggest thing for me too, is why would you take out this stuff, right? They vault some of the guns that you'll never get to play again, and you kind of, why would you do that? And there's got to be some particular reason behind it all, but like, did it just break the game? So like, wow, we're just gonna take this out, like, you know what I mean? Like, is that what's going on? Is that some of these instances that they've taken out of the experience from what you've kind of paid for already within Destiny just doesn't work with it, whatever's coming next, right? It just, Destiny 2 has been around for a long time. When did that
infinitely
launch?
rising power levels. I want to say that's 2016, but that could be a little bit too far back.
2017.
Okay, it's the same
So
issue that Dragon Ball Z had as a kid that I used to watch it. Infinitely rising power levels. Everything new that comes out is just a little stronger than the thing prior, and it's really hard to balance a video game like that.
Well, I think that's what the biggest thing is. Now we're in the 5 year of this life cycle of it actually being out in the ether. They keep pumping out because this is a live service game, right? They got to keep the community invested. How do you do that? You got to bring out new content. And so when you bring out new content, what does that do to the old stuff? So now all of a sudden you're going back, but what worked in the old content doesn't work now moving forward. So yeah, there's a lot to kind of unpack and unravel over in the world of Bungie's operations, but I don't know, man. They keep coming strong. They've announced a bunch of stuff. So
in massive numbers.
Yes, absolutely. Scott, something we're a little curious about and maybe a little concerned is Sonic Frontiers on November 8th.
I'm quite nervous to see this one and how it works out. I was watching the trailer and I'm saying, please not Sonic 06. Please not Sonic 06.
I will see. Dude, I think it needs to get in the hands to find out whether or not this is going to be it's either really going to work and change, I think, the future of Sonic, or it's going to fall flat on its face and everybody's like, this isn't for anybody.
Now it's worth noting that is the same question that Breath of the Wild had for Zelda. Is this going to work? Right? Is this going to be what everybody wants, or
Dude, it worked.
Is it going to be quite the opposite? But it was definitely very successful.
Yeah, absolutely. A big shock yesterday too, coming out from Quantic Dream, was Under the Waves, coming in 2023. Dude, I was excited when I saw Quantic Dream was up there. I'm like, yo, we know that there's an immersive story coming right off the hop just from the developer, right? That's all we know. And now you feel really secluded and alone because you're under the water and it seems like it's just you. So a lot of questions, a lot of things going on under there. Can't wait to find out more, Scott, but there's a ton more to know when that comes around. 2023, probably holiday season, dude. I think we're like a year and a half out.
It makes me think of Subnautica, but hopefully with a lot heavier story focus.
We'll get to that developer too. Yeah, but after that came out one of the quirkiest games around, Scott, is Goat Simulator 3 on November 17th.
Yeah.
Just like, what is this?
Oh man, every moment of that trailer was just to show you the absolutely over the top nature of the game. It's so wacky and out there. Now, I did notice that you can play as sharks.
You can play as
some other large creatures. There's a lot of different aspects that they're gonna try to add to this game.
Dude, everything's in there. The kitchen sink is there.
I don't expect too much out of Goat Simulator, but I've been pleasantly surprised the last 2 times.
Yeah, no. Speaking of quirky though, Scott, making its return is September 19th. Return to Monkey Island, dude. I'm pretty excited. I can't wait.
Actually. Yeah, I have some homework to do before that one comes out.
Yeah. Oh, that's been a long game in the running, right? So yeah, nice to see it come back around, coming to Switch and PC. There's no mention of console, just the Switch.
Yeah,
well, that was a little bizarre, but we'll see what happens.
It's kind of a letdown for me. I like those achievements.
Yeah, Scott, you mentioned Subnautica. Unknown Worlds is the developer behind that one, and they're bringing out a new game with a new twist, a turn-based strategy game on September 29th. It's called Moonbreaker. Coming to early access. This is a complete spin from what they normally do. So
yeah, I was not expecting a turn-based kind of thing in general.
Not at all. So to see them go from this first-person survival element to a turn-based, kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons feel, dude. I don't know. It looks cool. You can actually paint your models and stuff.
XCOM.
So yeah,
that's the part that I really like. Actually, it reminds me a lot of Warhammer and then XCOM.
Sure.
And
nice.
I used to be a Warhammer nerd back when I was maybe 10 to 15. So it does have a bit of an appeal there.
We'll see how it goes. Definitely want to check it out. I got to see what's going on. And then after that was this weird looking game, Friends versus Friends. And dude, here's the biggest gripe I have. They reveal a trailer and then they show the game, and the trailer has nothing to do with the game. Like, didn't even look remotely close to what the game looked like. And that was, for me, I'm just like, I was already turned off from the trailer just because the art style and stuff didn't really click. And then I saw the game, like, well, that's not even what you just showed. So I was just really puzzled. But
no, I really don't have much memory of Friends versus Friends. I think that's mostly because of what followed immediately afterwards.
Oh, that's because
it's something that I think we're both a little bit more interested in.
Absolutely. Lies of P. This is a spin-off of Pinocchio. Dude.
Yeah, I suppose the P stands for Pinocchio. Lies of Pinocchio.
Yeah, very cool. Coming to Xbox Game Pass 2023. Definitely a Victorian steampunk era looking kind of style, and it looks awesome. Really looks awesome.
And says to play like a Souls-like light, however that's named, and that's again good news for me.
Yep. And then we get into a bit of a survival kind of farming looking kind of game with Stranded Alien Dawn. Dude, this is coming October, early access October 2022, so not too far away, and I'm pretty excited actually. This one looks cool.
Yeah, I'm very curious to jump in. I like that there's a lot of things that are close to, it's not too far away.
Yep.
Another We've seen a few 2023s, but not completely
far
until then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One I'm also looking forward to, we didn't see too much besides the cinematic trailer, which is kind of always a little could be a little manipulative, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, you never quite know what you're getting into until you see actual gameplay, and if that connects.
I've always had that fear since Killzone.
Dude, absolutely. Killzone 2, when they revealed that, like, this isn't real gameplay. Then we got the gameplay.
It was not really gameplay, no.
Yeah, no. Atlas Fallen 2023. Dude, this game looks awesome. Again, a little skeptical still, right? I want to see the gameplay, how that works, how that feels. But from the atmosphere in the trailer that's built up, it definitely brought some hype to it. So that's cool.
Oh, yeah. Just purely graphically, the way the game looks is just next level.
Yeah.
Finally, we're into the new generation.
Yeah, absolutely, right? This will be probably an Xbox Series X and S and PlayStation 5 title and PC probably. So there's that. Something that's really not kind of in my vein, my wheelhouse, is Homeworld 3 was announced with revealing gameplay trailer. That one's just not for me.
Yeah, I've never played the Homeworld series. I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah. Another one's not, again, for me, but I know is for a ton of people. It's Season 3 of Genshin Impact. Dude, that's huge. That's a huge game.
Yeah, I'm still surprised by the amount of steam that game has. It keeps going and going and going, and seemingly getting more popular along the way. Every 2 or 3 weeks on Twitter, I see a new character trend because everybody just will not stop talking about it.
Yeah, for sure. From there, it was followed up quickly with Star Rail, which is their next game as well. And they're working on that, which is again, just that JRPG kind of feel. This never really kind of clicked for me, right? And that's the biggest thing. That's my biggest struggle, unfortunately, because the games look cool. I just can't seem to get connected with it. Another quirky boss fight over the top was High on Life. We saw a boss fight happen over there. Dude, that looked cool. The language came out strong in that game.
Yeah, there was no holding back on that one. That was a bit of a shock. But it shows off a huge amount of the humor that is behind anything Justin Roiland touches has that kind of humor, that kind of vulgarity. Yeah. But it's right in there for me. I'm actually so excited about High on Life. I cannot wait to get my hands on that.
Yeah, it does look cool, actually. I'm excited as well, but yeah, it was a bit of a shocker on the stage yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Another one, Hard Space Shipbreaker, came out as well. That was a unique space kind of building game. I don't know, it looks cool. Like, you're out there doing spaceship stuff and whatever.
I thought that was something that was already on my Xbox app, but now I'm not so certain about that because this is not yet released.
Mm-hmm.
It's entering early access, I believe, but it was one that I had looked at I thought I had looked at before, but it gives me the idea that it's very similar to Engineers, Space Engineers, and
Gotcha.
we had that game probably about 2 years ago for the show, and it just did not land with me.
No, sticking with the space theme though, Scott, is The Expanse from Telltale Games, coming out in summer 2023. So we're still a full year away from that one, which is disappointing, dude. I kind of thought we'd get that a little bit sooner. I was hoping, anyways. But
I'm hoping, but I don't know anything about The Expanse other than I should watch it.
Yeah, I know. That's
I'm looking forward to this one.
This is a weird one. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, quite the opposite. I am not looking forward to this game. I hate clowns.
I saw that and I was like, I'm out. But
especially creepy 80s clowns.
Yeah. I was very interested though in Scars Above. This looks kind of remind me a little bit of Outriders, and I absolutely love Outriders. So this one looks cool. Stars Above. Scott, do you recall that one at all? Dude, there's so many games. I'm trying to backtrack last night going, okay, what games really kind of stood out, right? Is that kind of feel. But from there, dude, we still got a little bit of a list here. So let's keep plugging away. It's I think this is how, I could be wrong, but I think it's called Word Song.
Yeah.
Right? Ha! Nailed
Word
it.
Song.
Did not
was
expect
the
that
one that had a very hard to read title, I believe. Was that the one?
It's got a Y in it.
Right,
like, what's going on?
What?
Yeah, it was weird. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that one. Very little known about that. Just a bit of a flash, and that was it. Age of Empires 4, Scott, a new class. Is that what's coming on, right?
2 new factions.
There we go. Okay, perfect.
I believe Mali and the Ottoman Empire. I can't believe the Ottoman Empire wasn't in before, because they've always been kind of a recurring, very big throughout history. That's why they're there.
Yep. And then we saw once again world premiere, dude. No.
I think this is where we started calling it out.
Gotham Knights world premiere. I'm like, there's no world premiere here at all. You're just showing more gameplay. Don't do that. Like, you can't do this. Why are you keeping that theme going in world premiere? This is what, I started to get a little annoyed. They got a little bit over the top. So that was,
they showed off some of the bad guys though.
They did, so that's great. We see who we're kind of up against and stuff. But again, I wonder if I'm just at this point, am I just done with the Arkham world? Like, you know what I mean? Am I done with Gotham? I think that's where I'm coming from. I still want to play it. I still want in. I want to see if it can kind of pull me in. I do love the Batman kind of atmosphere and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes from there, though. Scott,
that's the thing with me. I don't like Batman too much.
See, you suck. Scott, let's get into Where Winds Meet. Dude, Where Winds Meet looks pretty cool. Remind me a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, but with more of a fantasy-esque kind of feel, if that makes sense. So
I saw a lot of people comparing this to Ghost of Tsushima, and some very contentious arguments, actually. Not very happy with what I saw.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And then the legend returns once more. Kojima is actually coming out with his own podcast on September 8th.
Yeah. Called Brain Structure. I'm very curious.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Dual simultaneously? I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But from there, we got into, Scott, we're running out of time. Park Beyond coming in 2023. Then they revealed something with mini Pokemon in the car. Dude, it was ridiculous.
I think that was somewhat angering.
Oh man, I was losing my mind. I was pretty.
That was so cheesy.
Frustrated.
It's a partner, just like Pokemon are. No. It's a partner you explore the world with.
Oh my goodness!
It's so cheesy that made me like it.
Yeah, Dark Tide was in there after that. Then a game called Phantom Hellcat came after that. Then we saw a little bit of something I did not expect to see was Crossfire X making a bit of a return there. Look of a bit of a city builder with Dwarf Romantic coming out September 29th. This one got your attention. Outlast Trials, Scott. And, yeah. And then we got into the finals. Nobody knows what that is, dude. That was just a flash in the pan. And then we ended with Dead Island 2 on February 3rd.
Dying Light.
Yeah, Dead Island. My bad.
So Dead Island has continued on as Dying Light. I really should regard them the same series.
Scott, we did it, dude. That's the show already. I can't believe it. We made it through all those games. We definitely could have talked a lot longer, but everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news, where you can join us live every day, Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, as well as YouTube at ITG. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew. That's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.